How you doing today? So, this morning I took a walk because of my condition. I had to go to the supermarket, like a 2 mile walk, and I was walking and I seen this man. He was wearing a shirt that said ABBA, but the shirt, it wasn't about God, but it was about band, and I seen the back of his shirt and it said like last year, and he said he got it from a church or something like that. But anyway, so I told him I'll give you the good person test, and see how you do, and because and then he said you consider yourself to be a good person, and he said yeah. Have you ever told a lie? And then he said, yeah, I told a lie. And then I took him to the Ten Commandments and everything. And, I know he was lying. He was justifying everything I was saying. But that's what happens, with people, religious people. They believe that if they're doing the good works and merits and everything, um, uh, prayers and masses and all that, and um, the rosary, pray the rosary, they believe that he was a Catholic man that didn't go to heaven. But um, I took him to the test, and he got exposed. God exposed him, and then I told him, "Well, you being innocent, you're guilty." And then he said, "But on the day you stand before God, you being innocent, you're guilty." And he said, "Innocent." And then I said, "Why are you gonna be innocent?" Because I do this, but you just told me you're lying, Steve. Thoughts are heart. You're not a good person. I told him. So we were just talking, and then saying, "Well, you could be going to heaven or hell." I'm going to heaven. Why? And he didn't even say about Jesus Christ or anything. He says, because I did this and this and that. But you can't do none of that. You can't do enough to get to heaven. That's what I'm gonna talk about in the next video. Nobody's good enough to go to heaven, no matter how much you do. But anyways, after we were just talking, and I told him, you know what that means, Abba, and Aramaic, and it means father. That's what Jesus called God, Abba, Father. And the Gospels, that's because he was Aramaic was his tongue, how he spoke. But anyways, I asked the body of Christ, stay in prayer for that man, for his salvation. I sowed the seed, and somebody's gonna water it. And I know there is, somebody out there, probably talked to him already, but pray for his salvation. Um, there's a lot of people like that today. They believe if you're a good person, you do enough good works, and that God's gonna, you say you okay, yeah, you did enough good, man. You're going to heaven. Mm-mm. And that's what I'm gonna talk about in the next video. So that's what I gotta say today. God bless you.